Now, tonight is the night of the Saufis. That's what we've been calling it. Tonight we feature the designs of Tom Abang Saufi, one of Malaysia's most loved designers, another of Malaysia's far and few between fashion exports whose designs have traveled the world. Influences of Tom's home state of Sarawak have always featured very strongly in her designs. Her clothes are a delight to wear. Tonight's musical muses come from the Saufi family. We begin with Tom's daughter, Iman Laf, and then her cousin, hip-hop star Ara Bird, who's also a very much sought-after club DJ. And the show ends with a performance by Datuk Tom herself. So get ready for a wonderful night of entertainment and fashion. Just to tell you a little bit about this collection, coming out of lockdowns, Tom turned to bright colors using organza and lots of volume and decided to focus on sustainability, upscaling, upcycling, and multi-wearable styles from a single design. So let's begin the show. I know you've all been waiting. Please welcome Iman La.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary, and D is even more than anyone that I adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Oh, love is more than just a game for two. Two, if love can make it, take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary, and E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Oh, love is more than just a game for two. Two, if love can make it, take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Oh, love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you.
How's everyone feeling today? My name is Arbert and this is Flight Mode. Everyone's looking really good.
Pop all this mine, I could just blow all this ride. If they tryna play me, matolong send alaman. Tak ada masa nak bazir, aku just nak capai. Aku ada orang, kita tak salam, all they do is kerai. Tak selamat, orang aku semua kaki kerai. Even though we clean deal suitcase pejabat, I blow all this ride, lick up all this mine. Cari competition aku, cam barang berat. Slay dari dulu, Sarawak dorang tahu. Nama keluar border, BBC 1. Matrix when I walk, diamonds when I talk. Aku beradab cakap, tak ada masa nak cock talk. Dengar, tak ada masa nak main, kerja aku sulit. Flight mode, turun KL ready untuk jerit. Turun KL ready untuk jerit. Zeddy Aziz aku fasya, tak ada masa nak sandar. Gasoline all is mine, tinggal masa nak bakar. Tinggal masa nak jaga, cukup time kau tak laku. Pisau lipat cari snitch, kita tak pernah tunggu. Dengar, aku aset negara, nama aku sejarah. Y'all be doing whack stuff, laws atas sejadah. Dengar, tak ada masa nak main, kerja aku sulit. Flight mode, turun KL ready untuk jerit. Turun KL ready untuk jerit.
il parle tout bas, je vois la vie rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entrant dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi pour lui dans la vie. Qu'il me le dise la journée pour la vie. Dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Abang Saufi.
Well, my collection is always based on Malaysiana, my heritage, and but this time, it's the first time I'm actually coming out after the pandemic, and I've just come back from doing a talk about fashion and sustainability. So after the pandemic, 2 years of actually staying at home, you start to rethink about life. You start to think less of yourself. So I know that fashion is a very vain business, but I think as an individual, I started to think more about fashion and having more responsibility towards production. So, but this time, because also of like the times we've been like with the pandemic and all, I decided to have more happy colors, but more solid, less prints and batik, but really happy colors, and I put a lot of volume, and I wanted people to actually we have to get on with our lives, we have to carry on with things, but still we have to still think about what happened in the last 2 years and not forget, and actually be more responsible about how we can contribute towards the healing of the earth. That's how I feel now, Well, everyone was affected, of course, especially people with huge, big monthly fixed things that you have to actually pay and staff and all that. But I have been actually a bit fortunate because the last 4.5 years, I've actually started to do more online because I wanted to actually have more free time to spend time with my granddaughter in London, and but also because I thought like online was the way to go, and I actually did it, and Alhamdulillah, during the pandemic, people were actually shopping at home, so I was less affected, and also my fixed cost was less because of online shopping. But I know that a lot of people were affected, but nevertheless, I never say that you have to be like despondent about it. But I'm always a person who always looks on the bright side, and you just have to keep going and be, you have to do collaborations with people, but also stick to my philosophy of designing sustainable fashion where one size can fit a lot of people. Getting young people to understand and be aware of what beautiful heritage we have in our clothes. I mean, I think that's the way I'm going, yeah. You know, I actually took part in this fashion event because I love this building, because I love to do shows in surprise locations. I like old buildings because it's all about heritage, and it's also much more chill. You know, I mean, and there's no ramp, no catwalk, because people now are actually more into real life. You know, like you go barefoot, you go on the beach, you do shows in a home or just in a living room or in a supermarket. I mean, so, and when they said it's going to be here at Tansi, of course it's also like a double whammy for me, because I know this building very well. My sister and her partner used to have an art gallery here, and my father-in-law was also the president of the Architect Association. So, I mean, I spent a lot of time in this building, so I know it very, very well.
2 years.
You know, I'll be continuing with my collection, but I'm also like wearing a hat of arts, because I'm the chairman of the National Art Gallery, where I want to also get involved with both art and fashion and try to marry them together. I want to get lots more young people to actually like get inspired by those and actually do scarves with the art of Malaysia. You know, like they do prints with what our you know, like artists have done in the country. But you know, so like working together, and I hope I'll be able to contribute to that. You know, yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see Datuk Tom. I've always been fascinated by her choice of colours. You know, how she plays around with colours. That's what I like. And my wife has a collection of Tom Abang Saufi herself. So I see it at home, and it's fine. So today, actually, it's more interesting to see that the sector opening up. This is signs of the sector opening up, and we look forward to see more participation by the artists, the designers, and it's great to see, of course, with all the right SOPs in place. You know, we have social distancing, maintaining all that. You know, and I think it's good signs of the sign of times to come, and we look forward to 2022 with the sector opening up even more, and there'll be more of this and more regularly done. Right? And we look forward to KL Fashion Weekend as well. Thank you very much. It came about from the Penjana, the Plan Jana Semula Ekonomi Negara, from Ministry of Finance, which was announced last year. Right? And from there, we saw the need to kickstart and assist in the recovery of the sector. So that was how we identified the key gaps and places where we need to channel the funding assistance. And one, Rumah Tangsi is one example. And of course, the participants, the designers, like I said, the designers, the artisans, the artists. So these were how we targeted the assistances. And hopefully it goes a further or longer way. And that's what we look forward to coming to 2022 again. Because I think 2021 is still very much in the tail end of the recovery. And we hope that the recovery phase reaches suitable landing for more of this to open up. Right? And more participants are able to take part and gain economic benefits from it in the long run.
Okay, for me, a true designer should have his or her signature, whereby when you see the design of the collection, you know this is his or hers. Okay, now, but with Datuk Tom, even though there's a signature, but she never failed to surprise me with the twist, this and that. So, of course, we are waiting to see macam mana dia punya design this year, because for the last 2 years there hasn't been any show, etc. But I'm impressed because, like I said, the signature is still there, but it's different and there's a twist, and that's her talent. Saya rasa kerana PKP dan COVID-19 ni sebenarnya banyak membunuh semangat kita lah. Dan saya percaya Datuk Tom mengambil sikap untuk to give to the society, you know, to create this excitement, this energy, because we have to be positive and we have to just move forward. So from the collection, you can tell that it's all about moving forward and giving this extra energy. To me, from the beginning, I consider it like a disaster. So I just tell myself, like it's like kita punya ancestors, tu nenek kita, they had First World War, Second World War, or victims of tsunami, and there are some countries where they have got earthquake. So we just have to tell ourselves this is one disaster, but we are lucky it's not as destructive as those I mentioned earlier. So kita kena build up our life, because we are not the only one who has suffered. I mean, for the last thousands of years, hundreds or even millions of years, our ancestors have suffered in one way or another. So who are we not to go through any test? So it's okay because we will go. I know it's going to be difficult and hard, but like I said, kita punya ancestors banyak kali. We had emergency, we had all sorts of things happening before. So this is bahagian kita, which is we are so lucky. At least it's not some atom bomb dropping in this country. But still we have to have that spirit because if our ancestors made it, so can we.